Hello, everybody, and welcome back to your CCMM quarterfinal. Today we have a women's bracket match between Annie and psracer, as should be getting to rolls any second now. And I'm joined here today by Cloak.
Hello, hello.
As we do have psracer winning the roll. As for this week's first round, where we have two bans, and I think Annie probably going to be looking to ban out some of the tapping maps. psracer probably looking to ban potentially some of the tech stuff. I'm not too sure how confident. I can't remember exactly how confident he is on the tech side of things. Potentially some of the hard rock aim he might ban out. We'll see. As Annie will take the second pick, and psracer will be taking the second ban, so Annie's up to ban first. Annie, ban, when?
Annie banned 9 minutes from now when she realizes she got that message.
That's real. Oh, there it is. Tap 1. I think pretty self-explanatory ban. As we now await psracer's 2 bans. Rek not exactly happy about that ban. But I think for Annie, it's more than valid.
Apple one of the harder songs in the pool, even though
As we have
it's a pretty straightforward 200 BPM map.
Aim 3 ban from psracer, I think pretty self-explanatory. Could potentially ban the aim 4 here as well, I could see it. As he's not entirely great at the... It is, but I think Rek just isn't really that great at the hard rock aim. As I think this matchup is really going to be a test of whether psracer can combo enough to beat out the ACK advantage that I think Annie will very likely have on a lot of the aim maps.
Yeah, see, even psracer mentions how the bad song was the whole reason he picked the map, totally not because it has hard rock.
As we do have the skill cap 2 ban from psracer, the second one. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just like I was saying.
Get rid of that tougher hard rock.
Hard rock aim that I think Annie kind of gaps on skill cap wise. And he probably wouldn't play too much.
To ban TB here.
That's real. I think Annie probably could ban like tap 6. Tap 2 I think is fair though.
Realizing she'll probably still have some semblance of an ag lead on the hard rock.
As I think pretty self-explanatory bans from both players. As we get into our first pick by psracer. Okay, wait, what he decides? I feel like something in the tap pool is probably pretty likely.
Probably one of the DT taps, as he isn't as comfy on Hard Arc as you would like from a tapping player.
I could also see potential for like skill cap 3. And there's the tap 5, the more finger control map. Oh, that's wrong player. More DT finger control. Curious to see how well Annie can do on this. Annie's internet sucks. Hopefully no DTs. If there are...
Wi-Fi dip incoming?
If there are, hopefully you can have the local still. I don't think I DC. Rage. As we're still waiting for the ref. Oh wait, do I just not have it? What's going on? This one I put all the maps on. Be right back, 1 sec, let me just take care of this real quick. Need to just have a dedicated be right back screen that isn't starting soon, but what? Shout out C2. Sorry. Stream was a little bit scuffed. Had to fix it. We should be getting into the map any second. There we go. A little bit of an accolade for Annie in this intro, but I think that's how this entire match is going to go, to be honest. There's a break from psracer, and it's not what you really want to see when you're down this much on that. Annie will trade it, so...
Snap is a little bit longer for a few DT maps. 2 minutes more.
Is it 3 minutes? Not? Alright, yes.
I think that's with that DT.
No, it is with DT. With DT, without it's like 4.5.
Oh, okay.
So there's a break from Annie, and this lead will start to go the other way, albeit very slowly given the act difference. But there's another break from psracer, and Annie will trade, so Tech is still alive here, but it's to just continue breaks. He's not able to hold the combo that he needs to make up the sack gap. And Annie's lead is continuing to climb as Zach just cannot hold a combo. Then again, there is a break from Annie, so I think if we see any more, the lead will start to go back. But there's another break from psracer, and I don't think he can do this. Like, unless we just see a full collapse from Annie and Brett holds the rest of the map. I think this might just be a break point from Annie. Go players.
psracer just looking so uncomfy on this. Makes you think, does he have any... Could he have picked something a little bit better from this pool?
I think psracer was just kind of gambling that he could do a little bit better than Annie. And doesn't seem like that's going to be the case here. With 58,000 score difference at the ending. As we have the CC Ray Coke up? No way. As we will be getting into Annie's first pick pretty soon. And she opts to go into the aim 2. I think pretty understandable pick for her. When weakness of using backfires, true.
Go into aim 2. A little bit altier of an aim, man.
Yeah, which I think Annie will very much prefer here. As when I was talking with Rec before this match, he said that he's gotten a little bit better on all, but I think Annie still probably has that edge here. It's definitely potential for psracer to combo game this map, so we will see. And so we get into the map now. As early drops from both players, but very early, once again, we can just see that, like, big athlete for Annie already showing itself. As there's another trade from both players, which only really is going to benefit Annie here, as he just continues to take this accolade into the second quarter of this map now. No combo. Here's another break from Crack, and this lead is just gonna skyrocket now. As both players will find another mix, but the act lead for Annie is just doing so much here.
Almost doubled PS Racer's score this early on.
And that's like without any real major difference in combo. We just have more breaks from Rek. Great from Annie, but it's just not enough without Rek being able to hold.
PS Racer's act demanding a huge combo, and these slight breaks just here and there are just not helping him in the slightest.
Yeah. Annie has around a little under 150 combo advantage going into this last third, and still that like 10% act lead. It's giving her a massive score advantage right now. There's a break from PS Racing. I think that's just going to be it. As score lead already almost above 200,000. Annie will miss, but Rek as well, and there's just no combo from Annie, and this is no combo from Rek, and it's already basically game. 200,000 score advantage going into the last quarter. No combo on either side.
At this point, it's just a matter of what can PS Racer act that Annie can't. As this combo gaming isn't seeming as strong in these first few maps, but then again, it just takes one combo to win a map.
Yeah. Annie will solidify her breakpoint, giving her an early 2-0 advantage as we get into PS Racer's second pick.
Expecting a possible tap here. Maybe he dabbles in the Y, but
I think
unlikely.
Probably something tap 4. I think that's, yeah, Dementory map, pretty like stamina focused, even though it is mostly burst. But I think PS Racer just hoping he can do just a little bit better than Annie on this. I think. What is it? And he's seemingly having some download speed issues.
Anyways, I'll be right back.
Ooh. as we should be getting into this match now. As we have Annie struggling a little bit. psracer doing what he does best on 190 BPM tapping. Another break from Annie. So psracer will trade it, but there's still a decent bit of back advantage on psracer's side for the first time this match. And that early combo is giving him, along with that little bit of act, it's giving him a pretty decent score lead right now. As there's another trade from another miss from Annie, and psracer will have pretty decent combo advantage going into almost the second half now. Continues forward, and the act lead is pretty insignificant now, but the combo lead is doing what it needs to be doing. As psracer will find a job, but I think finally on this map getting into a little bit of a groove of combo gaming. As there's decent little bit of athlete now that both players are dropped back. Annie will find another miss. Repeated misses just really preventing her from building up any score on this. As we get into the last quarter, and Rec over doubling Annie's score still going into the last quarter. With front a 300 combo advantage and climbing. And small few percent hack advantage as well. And I think both players probably struggling on the higher SR of this map, but Rec just kind of struggling just a little bit less as we get into this ending. And he has taken the active advantage back, but combo advantage from earlier in the map is just going to be too much for her to overcome. As psracer will close it out with a win. Get his first point on the board and hope for a potential break point later on. As Annie with the immediate Y1 pick, I think pretty understandable. The normal alt map of this pool. Hello, we have Poke back finally, let's go.
The one and only. Like you started leaving at me when I started reading syllabus for my financial accounting class.
As Should be getting into Annie's second pick just about now. He picks Y1, the No Mod Y map, which this week is Tsukiyomi Alt map with 132 BPM, Air 9.2, OD 8.2, 5.5, around 5.5 hours. Just under 3.5 minutes, and we have pretty early advantage going towards Annie off pretty big ACK advantage. We're almost finding a spider break on that. We'll find a break on these like repeat triples. Annie will trade. There's just no act for Rec. That's giving him like no score. As he will start to build up a little bit of combo here, but the act is gonna make this late go back super slowly. And Annie will find a miss there. And there is potential here. Annie can find some more misses. And Rec can hold this combo, but into the slow section. The lead is starting to ever so slowly go back over. And Rec will find the break there, and the lead is just gonna go back over as Rec is not comfortable on those sections with the repeated triples. And there's combos around equal, but just a massive athlete giving Annie a big edge here going into the last third. Rick has a little bit of a combo range going into ending, but the lead is still going up in Annie's favor just because of that massive act difference. As Rick Annie will find a miss, but there's the trade, and that'll do it in this map. And we're just more and more breaks from Rack. Unable to really combo game much. As Annie will take her map, her pick, and go back into Rick's pick, but let's see if Rick can get another point on the board. I think he still has like the tap 6, which I think is kind of favored towards him. He has the Cup 3, which I think he could potentially go into. She will go into the top 6. Wait. Is this a triple pick? Pick changed to skill cap 3. I think that's another pick that I think is pretty. Yeah, it only changed because he physically was not allowed to pick that. Annie does in fact not know. The tapping abuse doesn't work. Clueless. As we get into 260 BPM speed map.
Did you miss?
No, I have like half my window covered by the tournament client.
I see.
So like I had to. Okay. Anyways.
We got a request from Mr. Racer himself to join Call Muted. He wants to hear the commentating cursing in real time.
You know, fuck it. You know, fuck it. Let's bring his ass in here. Let me just do a little thing. Server mute him.
And we're waiting now for Annie to download the map.
Yeah. Also, Annie's saying yes, the tapping piece doesn't work. I think she's realized. I think she might have realized, chat. Hold on. Does she know? Okay, my bad, it's downloaded now. We should be getting into it any second now. Next pool getter has Coco Cinco for maybe Ash Unicorn.
Yeah, maybe the next pool will even have hidden.
No. No hidden. No bitches.
Alright,
get into the map now.
Skill cap 3.
As we have big accolade for Annie is Direct seemingly struggling a little bit more on this.
Score gap isn't too big so far, but it's definitely gonna grow.
Okay, but like Rec also has 8K score.
Yeah.
I think.
Hey, I've seen bigger comebacks.
You know, maybe if Rec holds throughout the entire rest of the map. Bro has a solid 58% accuracy. As Andy isn't really too comfortable on this, I think, but just a little bit more than Rec, it seems.
Yeah, we're slowly running out of map for this comeback to happen, but
yeah, I think we ran out of map a long time ago, to be fair.
Some smoke from Racer coming in as well.
Hey.
Hey.
But
the breaks are being traded, but I don't think it really matters at this point.
yeah, the accolade is just too much. That like whatever combo lead Annie had earlier is too much. Rec is not able to hold anything here.
Yeah, it looks like we'll see another break point here.
Yeah, as we get 4-1 now. We wait Annie's third pick. Call me potatoes, the way I mash the circles, that's real. We're making the circles into mashed potatoes. Can I pick Y3? No.
I should really read the rule book for tournaments that I
To be fair, there was like, I think it's just no double picking. Y is skill cap, no triple picking. Aim and tap. Everything else is fine. Like double bans are chill.
4 pick coming
Yeah.
in.
To get to the hard rock game map, I think. Banger
God's favorite
song.
mod.
True. Why is it
Another
unknown?
Fox Stevenson pool? Oh man.
Why is
Oh, this is DJ Fresh. It's not the Fox Stevenson remix. My bad.
okay? I don't know why stats are not loading, but let me just pull those up real quick. The map is just not loading on the laser client, but it is AR10, OD 9.8, CS 5.2, 177 BPM. I think it's pretty old map aim, 2011 map. So, and he should be able to play this, I think, pretty well.
Alright. Let's get into it.
His map will get started. Neither player really doing well hacking this intro.
Playing God's favorite mod. I can't even blame them. And he's picking
Our
it up
rock
better
is
than them.
peak. As there will be a break
What are
from
the chances
Annie.
that they come out of this map with above 90% hack?
Annie, I could see it. Rec, I don't know. As the lead will start to go back the other way with this 100 combo lead, but the act difference is bringing it towards Annie. And both players will trade, but Annie with the act, they only bring this lead towards her side, but she finds another miss. There's another break from Annie. And Rek will be able to bring this back. And there is a decent little bit of accolade for Annie, but Rek has definitely, I think, brought his ass back.
He's got a really good chance if he can hold through this next KI section.
If we have any more breaks from Annie, and Rek can keep holding, I think Rek has a very good chance of taking a break point here. Especially with the tap 6 as well, there's definitely potential for Rek to get it back into this match. If he can hold here.
Wait through the free combo now.
There's miss from Annie. Rek will trade. Will start to go back towards Annie slowly off the act. Rek, this is another break from Rek, and there's a trade from Annie.
He's got a soft
another
push
break.
with about 10k left, but that's dropping.
Oh, but there's another break from Annie, and they just both continuing to both trade misses. As Rek is starting to gain a bit more advantage here with this combo. But I think any breaks would bring this to either side. Both players hit that burst. But there's another break from Annie, and I think Rek might have this going into the ending. As he will find a miss, but Annie with another miss as well.
I think
it's
that miss
starting to go back.
The cushion's still wide enough, and there's not enough map left.
As Rek will take the break point by just over 30,000 points. And combo gamer moment.
There will be no 5-1.
There will be no 5-1 as Rek likely going into the tap 6 here. Yes, you are allowed to pick tapping, Rek.
He's able to pick anything other than another skill cap here.
Yeah, he's able to pick anything other than skill cap 1.
It's like
Aim 1.
Aim 1.
Oh, he's really looking to get the combo gamer here. Bro just asking if he can pick tapping, and then we say yes. Doesn't pick tapping.
Absolute confuddlement.
Okay, no, if he wins this map, that's Aura. I'm just gonna say that.
He's hitting the Orb of Confusion as a debuffer here.
That's true. If he wins this map, then it's like Giga Aura. I think. Anyways. I'm waiting for probably Annie to download the map.
No, she's got it.
Oh, nice. I guess waiting for players to ready off that. Should be getting into it any second now with the MP start come in chat. A little bit of an hack advantage early for Rek, but that seems to have already gone away actually. Never mind.
It's fun while it lasted though.
You know, it was in the first 5 seconds, so like Once again, going to be relying on a combo game moment here.
It's a bit risky to challenge an accuracy player to a no mod 1.
To be fair,
Especially-
I think this would have been Rek's next pick after the tap 6 anyways. As Annie does have a miss.
It looks like it's paying off so far.
Yeah.
This does just come down to consistency at this point.
And here's another
He's
miss
looking
from
like a more
Annie.
consistent player.
As Rek, even with the differential, is still gonna manage to bring the lead over to him. With even more misses from Annie, as Rek hits all of that and gets into this kind of free combo section here, and can just build his advantage, going past 40k, even more. As he gets to almost the halfway point now.
3% deficit, moving to 4% though.
The
The combo
300,
is really making the difference.
350 combo lead, giving him that advantage right now. Any more breaks from Rek? Oh, there's a break from Rek though. Any to trade though, so no real. The lead I think will slightly go, ever so slowly go back towards Annie. There's another miss from Rek, so we'll go a little bit faster now, but
Still got a comfortable 80k cushion here.
there's another break though from Annie, and that'll make the lead go back slower and slower. As I think the lead's
Couple
actually
slighter breaks from Annie there.
going towards Rek now. Actually, no, it's still kind of going around the same spot as both players drop 100s. But Rek just needs to kind of hold this combo, and that'll clinch it for him.
The
This
quarter of
last
the map
quarter.
left is still could go either way.
And there's a break
Especially
from
when there's a
Rek.
breaking there.
As Andy needs to hold throughout this last quarter. I think any misses will just guaranteed give it to Rek. And that's going to do it, I think.
Yeah, I think that seals it.
And more breaks from Annie is Rek almost hitting the sending, but it's just not going back enough. As Rek will take the win on the aim 1 for the
Brings our
combo.
score to 4-3.
As he looks to potentially needs a break point off of one of Andy's last 2 picks here. As Andy probably is gonna look into something like, I could see the skill cap 1. And there's the
Y3.
Y3, which, given the aim 3 ban, I think that's probably justified. But this is a very different type of precision map. As this is only DT Hard Rock.
DT Hard Rock in the pool? What?
It starts at AR
Oh,
6,
man.
so I think it's like
Okay.
AR 9.9
Okay.
after DT
Justified.
after DT Hard Rock. But the problem is it also starts as CS 6. So it is CS 7.8.
AR goes to
It's-
8.4 on sheet if we eraser.
Oh, that must be.
OD6 is pretty forgiving.
That's
enough,
the no, but it's like similar OD after DT Hard Rock. It's 8.4 before DT because that's after Hard Rock. So. 8.4 before DT. I think it is like when you do the MP mods command, it is showing DT Hard Rock, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. As this is, I believe, probably the hardest map of the pool outside of skill cap. And I think debatably harder than skill cap too, to be honest. If you can't play
God's
that.
favorite mod strikes again. Holy shit.
Yeah, as Annie will have a slight lead. But test is whether psracer can combo, and on the CS 7.8, it doesn't really seem that much.
I can't wait to ban this. Holy shit.
Yeah, this map is cooked.
Oh my god.
I said this earlier, but I think anybody, if a 300k score on this is genuinely insane, I think. As we have 74k from Annie going into the second half. I guess almost last third is a pretty long break there.
About a 20% act lead as well.
Yeah, I think Annie's won this pick already. It's just a matter of how high of a score can she get. She'll get around 136,000 at the end.
That brings us
And
to match point as well.
Brings us to match point as fuck that map entirely. True. No, bring us to TV. As we have there is finally the top 6 pick from psracer. As he looks to potentially get as close as we can to potential TB here. I know. psracer
Don't bring me into this, Annie.
Asking for a timeout. What if I don't and you play with Sar instead?
We'll let timer run and then
Yeah, and then you give him 2 minutes. Who is recalculating my ETX, bro? Why did my ETX just update?
someone's scouting.
Who is scouting? Cloak or Jed? Who?
Honestly, I don't think that Jed would scout for this tournament.
Probably Cloak. Or maybe it's someone on like 4 to 5 USC people. I don't know. We'll see. I guess I don't know if we'll see actually. I probably will never know. Anyways. I mean, what's the timer situation like?
I was 6 minutes late, or 6 seconds late.
You know, you could have been 9 minutes late.
You know, true.
Could have been like Annie.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say more on time than Andy.
To be fair, technically Annie was still 35 minutes early.
I blame the host.
Why me? What'd I do? You were the one who sent the invite.
Everyone's to blame except for me. I did nothing wrong.
That's real. Yeah, we actually gotta blame we gotta blame Unicorn for it, right? That's how that works, right? Yep.
Absolutely. After seeing the Ys, yeah.
Yeah,
we can blame
yeah.
that guy for everything.
Yeah. Like, okay, the Ys aren't even that bad, it's just the Y3. Like, this ring is just the Y3 that's like, nah.
Anyone that thinks that Hard Rock, God's favorite mod, should be in the pool, but Hidden shouldn't be? Like, oh man.
hidden. Puck fitted. And I only pulled Y1, says Bubble. Y1 is fine, you know. Rocco, why do you have the asterisk when you still have the I? Why? That's not how the censoring works, man.
I think he's onto something.
You know what, Rocco? Just for that job application. There, I said it.
Alright, timer's up. Players, you ready?
I'll go get one. As should be getting some match any second now with the good luck have funds in chat.
A 5-hour energy has been popped. We're about to see this guy shake off of every note. Let's see here.
Vire, you've been employed. What did you like to know? Anyways, finding a job is too hard. Anyways, Annie with a little bit of an knack advantage, but
Both players floating to the opening though.
Rec just, I think this intro is kind of more finger control-y. So Rec just kind of needs to hold and get to the point where it just starts becoming just all 200 BPM streams. And just pray that Annie misses in this part. As
Both players dropping considerable lag here.
yeah, but Annie will be the first one to find a miss as psracer continues to hold. As he needs to avoid any potential breaks on this finger control section.
This is truly the pinnacle of
Both players will
hack versus
miss.
combo.
But the combo, the hack advantage is not there for Annie. Like, it's slightly there, but it's basically nothing now. As the acts
A
are
1%
tied.
difference.
The acts are tied going into this break.
A 50k lead for psracer here as well.
It's off the early combo
Let's see if he
and
can close it out.
around 150 combo advantage now. As he will find another miss, but I think psracer looking to.
Nah, Rocco, you haven't seen me on this map yet, man.
No, Rocco, watch me, trust. You're just too speed forward, so you like overstream it, I swear.
Yeah, I best test this 3 times in practice. In fact, the replay, that was my son.
No, that was my ult, actually. As Rick will take this point, I think. Act advantage has gone over to Annie, but the combo advantage that psracer got in that first half was just too much to overcome.
Still leaving a pretty comfortable 30k cushion as the map
Yeah.
closes out.
As
Man, I should schedule my match.
we have psracer with the D rank victory. Let's go. As Annie
he said he wanted that TB.
Annie will be going into the skill cap one, which is
The final pick.
TB but not TB.
You know, Bubble pulled it. I trust it. Let's see. Let's see what he's got.
This map is a 6.9 star tiebreaker. I'm staring at the floor. Bubble, Annie is staring at you.
Sorry, we've got my goat C2 in the chat. He's gonna bless this match.
As I think this is just, I think very much Annie favored, considering skill cap 3 from earlier.
It might be any favored, but psracer has the determination. He really wanted to play TB.
I mean, this is basically TB, but not TB.
Ready for the collective 12 minutes of map between this one and the TV.
I want to scream Annie.
He wants to play United so bad.
Bro really wants to kick a kid United.
I really want to kick a kid, please.
Go back to being muted.
Alright. With both players ready, let's move into what might be the last map in the segment.
As I think psracer, I think potentially going to be hoping to do slightly better on some of the tapping sections. I think, as this is kind of testing all of, like, it's kind of a mech tech map. As very, never mind. I need to not try to say anything.
Yeah, the act is even.
It's the
As
intro
even
though.
as we've
It's
seen
like
it for the intro, yeah.
Wreck with a very slight athlete coming out of the intro, but the big test is going to be how long each of these players hold this, I think, initial free combo. As there's a miss from Annie, or not Annie, Wreck, I'm sorry. And giving her a little bit of a lead here.
I actually do fuck with Ongon as cooler.
Ongon didn't want to be cooler.
He says this tournament is beneath him.
Like, he didn't want to be head cooler. Because he has, like, a bunch of other things going on right now. Okay. As Annie will have, but 20k floor lead is like essentially looking to get some of that back off of some note locks, but he needs to have some kind of a combo here, but there's not much combo you're going to be really having on this map from either player.
They traded their breaks there pretty quickly.
Oh, I will
so.
say, if it goes to the, if this is like somewhat close at the ending, there is a like long 220 stream that I think would flip it towards Rack if Annie finds a no lock on it, resulting in like a chain miss.
It looks like we gotta make it there before we can worry about that though.
Yeah, but I think it is pretty close. It is actually getting closer than it was. Speed has gone significantly down for Annie.
It just dipped below 10k.
It was around 20k, now it's around 10. Rek is still holding this 100 combo. It's gonna be bringing it down to 8k now.
Doing everything he can to close that distance.
Yeah.
The act difference is making a difference here though.
It's not as much as in the previous matches though. It's only around 3%.
For sure.
It's Rek, I think both players actually misreading that first slider. You know,
I can't blame them, that should look kinda awful.
There's another slider that I think the players might misread as well. Later on
it's
in the
about
map.
10k at the halfway mark here.
Yeah. I think
Dropping quite a few hundreds here.
Rek, I think, a little bit less comfortable on the tech side.
It's gonna matter who holds this combo.
Yeah.
after the break.
Do either player hit the stream? Slider stream? And does he read the slider? He misreads it!
Oh no!
No!
The gap has widened a bit to about 13k, but
As-
it's still anyone's match.
Yeah. I think any big chain misses would send it either way. If any were to chain miss on any of these longer streams, I could make it really close as we get into this last quarter now. As Rex isn't able to build up much combo here. Like, Annie isn't either, but he's regaining some of the ground that she lost earlier in the map. Already up to around 13k difference for her. Rex keeps on missing these little bursts, and that's just not allowing him to build up much more. As we get into ending here, and just still 13,000. Now it's up to 15,000. It is. It's skill cap. And
We've still got about a minute left in the map.
I think probably a little bit less than that actually, but I think if Rek can hold a bit of combo here, I think he might be able to bring this back with some note locks from Annie. But don't know if we're gonna see that.
We just gotta find some way out of this.
He needs to, I think, as that, I think we'll do it, and
Yeah,
Annie
I think
will.
that was his last chance right there.
Yeah. Annie needed to like chain miss on that last stream, and Rek needed to hit a good hack.
Almost broke on the slider at the end as well, but played a good match. It was very close towards the end there. 12k
Yeah.
difference closing it out.
I think a lot closer than I would have thought this match would have been, honestly. But congrats to Annie.
Oh, what the?
She will move on throughout the losers bracket, and psracer will be eliminated. Oh shit! I
That
was
was
on
fun.
I might have been on the wrong tab.
We will get no United this time.
God damn, I want United so bad. Oh, my wrist hurts now. Fuck. Oh, I
Sorry,
hurt so much.
stream. Let me just.
My goat theory in the chat.
Why is it not showing up? Okay. So, Annie will go on to play Redacted in the losers bracket,
I'm happy I don't have to play anymore. So,
as Annie will probably look to no-mod abuse him in that round. As I think that
On the
should
other
be
side of the bracket, it's
as I believe the next next matchup that's been scheduled is, I believe, Friday at around 3:21 UTC, because they decided to schedule it whack-ass time. We have Hulk versus Creep Attack, so keep your eyes peeled for that, and good luck to all the other players. On Annie and Redacted, make sure you schedule your central match, as that is this week as well. That being said, I think that's it for me. See you guys next time. Bye.
to the players as well.